Just going through. I had to lower it a bit because I want to make sure it doesn't like blow our ears out again. Oh, thanks, man. Yeah, I think the first time I did that was our initial discussion. We had that with Azran last time. Um, okay, let's see. I think we should be live. I think people can hear us. Hopefully our audios are okay.
No.
Wait, okay. I think now you guys are good. Go ahead and say a few words.
Saying
what
a
up?
few words.
Hello,
Yo,
hello, hello.
Yo.
Hey, it's Kristen. How's it going, Kristen? I'm glad you're here. Can you hear us okay? I need someone to just be here like, help.
Mic check.
Check. You're the first here, check.
How are we doing? How are you doing?
We're doing everything. We're good.
We're getting ready for this right now. Just a quick mic check and then we'll be good to go.
If Kristen literally just posted yo and then bounced, I'm gonna be so mad.
She just left. Thanks
She's
for your
just like, yo!
Thank you for your contribution. Okay, good. Thank you for that. All right, then. So, hey, everybody. Welcome to a new discussion stream. It's been a while, but I'm joined by a couple of friends of mine, Rob, Arman X, and Vash. We're here to discuss our predictions for E3 2021. How are you guys doing today?
I'm doing pretty good. I'm doing great. I actually was able to sleep in this morning, which was great because last night I was doing a bunch of side quests playing Judgment on the PS5, and that game, those side quests, it's something else. I don't know. This is my first time ever playing like a Yakuza kind of game. I know this is a spin-off of Yakuza, but they go above and beyond with their just over dramatic, just wacky, insane side quests, and I'm loving it. And so I was doing a couple off stream yesterday just to kind of like get the flow going.
I'm doing good. Not playing Judgment because I've already done it. but I'm running on like 4 hours of sleep and a pocket full of dreams, man. So let's do this.
Oh man. But yeah, it's been like almost 2 years since our last E3 in 2019. Can you believe it?
It's been
I can minute. Because I actually was there. I was at E3 for that last in-person E3. It was amazingly just stars aligned, and my brother got my brother Broly Legs. He got basically sponsored by Capcom to go out there and do like a whole exhibition for everybody in the crowd.
What?
Wow,
yeah, for Street Fighter 5, and so we got like what's the name of the pass, like when you're actually like a booth person, like you get like an exhibitor pass or something like that. We got those, so we were able to get into E3 like 2 hours before everybody else, and that's actually how I was able to. I was like, me, my brother, and a couple of friends were the first people to play Final Fantasy VII Remake at E3 2019, and it was amazing. I still have the ticket stubs and everything.
Oh, dude.
That's gotta be wild, man.
It was awesome.
Well, I don't think anyone's going to be getting exhibitor passes this year. We don't.
Yeah, we have to like sign up digitally to get those passes this time and that's only if you're like an actual news reporter and such within the media. But yeah, so here today we're each gonna have a few main topics to talk about with our E3 predictions. We'll go around and do one at a time after another, and we'll see what each other has to say about the other's predictions. Does that sound good to you guys?
Perfect. Yeah.
Very nice. All right. It looks like we have Kristen and Anna in the chat. Thank you guys for joining us today as well. As we talk and discuss, we'll be like also chatting with you guys as well. Don't be afraid to go ahead and ask us things and your predictions as well. We'll go ahead and make it like a little bit of a roundtable going on here. But yeah. So let's see who wants to start off with their first prediction for E3 2021.
I'll throw my hat in the ring. I just went down the list on the list of shows I sent you guys. I went with just Ubisoft. I only have one thing. I just want Mario Rabbids 2, please. Just give me that. I don't ask for a lot in life, but it's my favorite Mario game, if you didn't know. So like a sequel would be nice, but I've heard rumblings that it's not happening. but I want it in life, and that's where it would be. So give me that, please.
Yeah, I mean, I loved the hell out of Mario and Rabbids. It was, it's just, it's one of those things where it's like, I just love when games take their franchise and then do something different with it. And that's why I've always loved how Zelda handles their the way of like dishing out their games. Or like, oh, here's this top down game, and then here's this like side scroller game, and then here's this like cartoony Zelda game, and then here's a Link's crossbow training game. So
Link's crossbow training. Let's go.
and so for me, like if we got another Rabbids, I would love like a Zelda one. I think like a Zelda Rabbids with like more melee focus instead of range maybe. Or you could have range. You could have Zelda have like range magic attacks. You'd have Link with his bow.
Like
And
mixing up with the more fantasy elements of Zelda would be nice.
yeah, and so it would be great to get another soundtrack rolling out for a Zelda Rabbids collaboration game. That'd be awesome. But yeah, I'm on board with that. If Ubisoft comes out with some sort of collaborative title, I would love it to be either another Mario Rabbids or if it would be like a Zelda one.
Mhm.
Do you think that the as far as art styles go, do you think the Wind Waker style Toon Link would look best with the rabbits as far as aesthetics go?
The dream, my boy, the dream. It totally would. The really cutesy, like chibi aesthetic would mesh so well into that universe with the rabbits. So
I'm
Yeah.
not, for
so
me,
down.
I think what I like Wind Waker would work awesomely for sure. But whenever I think about it in my head, like initially when I first thought, oh, Zelda Rabbits would be cool, I kind of see it in the art style of like Cadence of Hyrule, like not super chibi cartoony, just more so like emphasize, like think of like Oracle of Seasons and Ages Link.
Like it's more cartoon as opposed to anime.
Yeah, exactly. And but they're just, a little bit taller and a little bit more like,
Lean.
not as cutesy in the face, but still there.
Yeah.
I think something like that could really work well. But yeah, Wind Waker would be great too.
Also,
Yeah.
hi, Green Basics. Welcome to the chat. Good to see you.
Hey, good to see you. Yeah, the idea of Ubisoft working on other properties is just really nice to think about because I know they work so well with Mario. Like you can't even really tell that it's a non Nintendo made game because they animate so well. Like Mario, Luigi, and all of them, they move so like naturally as you would expect from like a kind of animation. Like it kind of gives me ideas of what the supposed Mario movie will look like in the future if they animate this well. I think that'd be very successful. Looks super nice.
Mm-hmm. My only hold up on the whole thing is I've heard that after they did Mario Rabbids and how successful it was, they were like Ubisoft, instead of the obvious choice of, oh, let's do Mario or let's do Nintendo again, apparently they're going to make another plus Rabbids type game, like the whole strategy RPG thing, but it's going to be Star Wars apparently. Like that's what the rumors say. Which I'm not into Star Wars, so like, but that's cool. Like that'd be nice. Like, I don't know. I guess, but I don't really have anything else to say because Star Wars isn't my jam. But like, it's another game in that style. I'd probably try it if it looked fun.
But the question
at
is,
least-
sorry, go ahead.
I was gonna say, didn't we get a demo for Mario and Rabbids? So at least maybe we get a demo for that Star Wars one if it happened.
Yeah, that'd be nice. I'd be down for that.
But the question is, will they add Donkey Kong as DLC later down the line to this Star Wars game?
Yo, DK in Star Wars. Let's go. Okay,
You're gonna see
now
DK
I'm talking.
He's gonna be swinging through the branches, and then Yoda's gonna be in his backpack.
It'll
It'll
be
be
that
Yoda
whole
instead of
swamp
Diddy.
scene, but it's with DK now.
Exactly.
Oh geez, yeah, I can't wait to see what Ubisoft has to show, which I don't say as often, at least until when we saw Mario and Rabbids. Like I'm looking forward to see what they're doing these coming years for sure.
Ubisoft always has at least one game that's like, oh, that looks neat.
Oh, you
But
know
like,
what that game is?
Is it Just Dance?
Just Dance.
Yeah, let's go.
I put that as at the top of my Ubisoft section in my notes here. I wrote Just Dance, of course. Like it's definitely gonna be there. Like if it's not there, that's more surprising. Like if anything, but
I just hope it's a Zoom call where everyone's dancing on shitty webcams.
But for Ubisoft, I mean, something that I want to throw in there that I'm super like I loved growing. I'm a huge GameCube fan. That's my favorite console, and I have so many GameCube games that I go back to all the time. And one of them is definitely Prince of Persia. And I know that it got delayed because of the not super backlash, but just because of the feedback that fans gave on how it looked, and it didn't really live up to it. So I'm hoping we see some Prince of Persia, like an update of what the visuals look like now, or some sort of like roadmap of what they think they could give us. But yeah, I have that written down. Beyond Good and Evil 2 update would be awesome, but I don't really think it's gonna happen.
Man, where is that game?
Well, the director kind of fucked off,
Yeah.
so he works at like a nature exhibit now. So
Oh my god.
yeah,
Yeah, like
he's like, oh, the game's being worked on still, and it's like, is it though? Is it?
man, literally the last thing I ever heard of that game was that they were trying to commission artists to do art to be within the game itself, and
True.
like
Yeah, I
that,
remember
like
that.
It was like
after
a
that,
fan art contest. Yeah.
like please put our art in their game for us, and then disguise it as an art contest, and then we like never heard about anything from that ever again.
Yeah, that game's
Yeah.
gonna be
It's
a
hard to
thing.
it's hard to pinpoint what Ubisoft is gonna do because we did like Anna saying in the chat, we just did get a Far Cry 6 like big reveal that happened like 2 days ago. So it's like, yeah, we're probably gonna see Far Cry 6 there, just like, a recap of what they already showed, maybe even just like
Hmm.
in a montage. But
Interesting that they showed it ahead of time. I wonder why.
yeah,
Yeah,
it's just weird. And but I mean, I would love, I know Ubisoft got a lot of praise for the South Park games that they made. So, if we got a third South Park game, that'd be kind of cool. Um, but
When was
yeah,
the last
I'm
one
just
that came out?
the
It
last
was
one
Fractured
was
Butthole, but like, what year did that come out?
I'm not sure off the top of my head. I know it's been a while though. Let me see.
Yeah, it's been like a hot minute. That's at least like 4 years, right?
It
yeah.
says Google says that it came out in 2017.
Oh yeah, wow.
So,
Go
Jeez.
Rob, I got it.
so I could see them, coming out with another one. And I think they changed up the gameplay from the first to the second. The first one was like turn based, and the second one was more of like a tactical like tile kind of game. So
Mhm.
I don't know. I'd be interested in another one because they really stuck to the roots of South Park really well. And but I mean, I think all in all with Ubisoft, I just want a Prince of Persia update. I want to play that game so bad again, but like fully realized.
That's the thing. I totally
Yeah,
missed that game. So I'd love to like get like a really clean ass version of it, you know?
Yeah.
for sure. Oh man. Let's see here. Let's go ahead and keep on topic of anything that's not Nintendo because most of the stuff I have to talk about is Nintendo. So, Vash, do you have any other predictions for T3 that are with other third-party companies?
I mean, I've got a couple. I guess I can outline because I don't know how in depth we want to go in with Square Enix because I know that I'm expecting a lot from Square Enix this time around. But
Oh yeah, yeah, we can talk about
besides
Square.
Square, I can just touch on the smaller ones like WB Games. I'm really if you guys didn't know, I literally just did a whole full platinum playthrough of the Batman games because I freaking love those Batman games.
Hmm.
And so I played all of them, even the shitty PSP Vita one.
Yo,
And yeah, that game was awful. um,
they
but
tried.
they tried, but I don't know
They
how they
made
failed
something.
because it was just side scroller Batman, and it was like we made this on NES. You can do it better in Vita. But um, but yeah, the Gotham Knights was a trailer that came out at E3. I think it was at E3, or it might have been at. I'm pretty sure it was at E3. I'm not too sure exactly, but Gotham Knights. I know they delayed it. It was supposed to come out this year, and they delayed it to next year. So I'm hoping we get some gameplay for that. Same thing with Suicide Squad trailer. We got a teaser, just fully rendered, movie basically trailer for Suicide Squad. So we got some actual like in-game footage. That'd be sick.
Mm.
The Harry Potter Hogwarts game. I mean, I know Harry Potter's not the most amazing thing these days, but I've always wanted to experience Hogwarts since I played the first Chamber of Secrets game and the Sorcerer's Stone game on GameCube and PC. So
Yo, shout out to Chamber of Secrets on GameCube. That
yeah,
game is sick.
exactly. And then yeah, I think WB also has Lego Skywalker Saga. They've been it was supposed to come out this year, but they delayed it till next year. So we
Oh,
might
that's
we might
right.
also see that show.
Mhm.
And maybe WB also does work with Cyberpunk, so we might get the next gen Cyberpunk like overview or something. So that's everything I got down for WB because I know that WB is not exactly the first thing that comes to mind when you think gaming. So
Right. I don't have anything for WB because I think the closest thing to following WB that I do is like passively watching Mortal Kombat reveals, and that's it.
Yeah, pretty much.
But yeah, I mean that's pretty much. I'm excited for Gotham Knights. I hope I love when you can take a game that I can pick a friend of mine who actually is down for it. Because it stressed a lot that it's co-op based, so you can be Nightwing and Batgirl, you can be Robin and Red Hood, and you can actually like take down crime together in this like online world. And
That
I'm really
did
excited
that
for
did
that.
sound pretty hype. I might try that with my roommate actually. So
Yeah, and I know there was a small little like we haven't seen anything from it yet, but I remember Xbox Series X. It was hinted in some like screenshot that Arkham Knight, the last Rocksteady game, was going to get a next gen upgrade on Xbox Series X. So that could be announced here. So I don't know.
yeah,
Yeah.
that'd be cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it's great to see all these companies trying to like promote their games towards next gen consoles as well. Like you got that with going with Final Fantasy, you got that with going with like as you said, Batman. Um, man, I just it's a way for me to keep up with everything because somehow I have a PS5, but I need to like figure out what the heck I'm gonna be playing on it with newer titles coming out and with E3 showing off like what else they're gonna be presenting with this with the next gen. But yeah, with I guess we were talking about Square Enix while we're on that topic. Anyone have any predictions of what Square Enix might show at the show floor?
So we all know about it already, but Final Fantasy Origins, the big one, which is am I allowed to spoil what we know about the other than the name? Like,
Yeah, I
uh,
mean, if it's already out there like in trailers and such, I don't think there's any problem with
it's not though. It's
or
just
like
been leaked.
oh right, never mind.
That's
um
what other than the name, am I cool to talk about it? Or you know what? I'll just say I think we'll see it. That's all I'll say. Uh,
Yeah. Yeah. I forgot what was the RPG I was playing, but there was one point where I was standing on some big grass. I think it was near Replicant. I was playing Replicant recently, and it had kind of like that medieval sort of setting with the buildings around and a lot of grassy plains. And
yeah.
I was standing on one section of the game, and I was like, man, I would love if they remade Final Fantasy One in this style, like something very green, very lush, very open. Just like
like
you
a big
huge
ass
land,
world.
yeah, like a huge
Some
landscape, and then just you're it's an old medieval quest basically. And yeah, and I saw the rumors about this Final Fantasy Origins or whatever, and I know that we actually on PS1 we have a Final Fantasy Origins where it's like a little collection of one, two, and I think like four or something.
mhm.
Um, but yeah, I mean, if they touch Final Fantasy One and if they give it some big next gen sort of feel to it, then I would love that. I think that'd be amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Uh,
the setting for the setting for a replicant really like shows off how you can do like a lush environment and how it fits well with different like fantasy settings. Because like I forgot how nice they can make their settings look after playing Automata. It's like so
Yeah,
apocalyptic
bleak and
and dark and it has like the city ruins which are the greenest it gets, but still it's kind of like sad and depressing as the whole game
yeah,
is. But yeah, that kind of style with the replicant style for Final Fantasy One, that sounds like a really nice little aesthetic for it. And we know Square's starting to do more with that kind of like remaking, especially when you see like Dragon Quest 3 being redone in like the HD 2D kind of style.
yeah.
So I hope they branch out more with that kind of aesthetic too. Yeah.
But I mean, besides Final Fantasy One rumors and stuff, I mean, I feel like I know Nier is getting a mobile game, Nier Reincarnation. It's already out in Japan, and it's uh you can
I,
pre-register for it here in America. So I could maybe get some. We can maybe see something like that.
oh yeah, totally. I think if is there like a date on when it comes to the West other than, or is it just like it's happening?
It was supposed to be simultaneous with the Japanese one, but and then they delayed ours because of translation issues, I believe, and I think COVID just like
Hmm.
stopped a lot of that progress.
Gotcha.
And
Yeah.
so it could be. I know if you scroll through Twitter and if you have enough, I guess like if there's enough analytics behind your account to point you towards mobile games, it shows up on my feed. Like it'll be like near reincarnation, like pre-register now, and you can like click it and it'll take you to the app store.
Nice.
So I'm
Huh.
sure it's pretty close, but same thing goes for the other mobile games that we got announced for Final Fantasy VII. We got the beta test going on, the closed beta test for First Soldier already happening. So we might get a little bit of an overview trailer of how the game's supposed to play or whatever. So I could see that happening for the Square Enix section.
Real quick, that's the battle royale
Yeah.
one. Right?
Yeah.
Okay. I haven't tried it yet. I'm not in the closed beta. I saw a couple of people on Discord that are like, "Yo, the game's kind of tight, but like you can cheese it," and I'm
Yeah.
like, "Oh, all right."
Yeah, I've had multiple friends tell me that like the enemies in the game are more menacing than the other players.
Oh God.
uh,
Good
uh,
lord.
they were having more trouble with them. But yeah, I'm so disappointed. I signed up on like 3 different emails, and I'm the mobile gamer over here. What happened? Come on, Square Enix, hook a brother up.
Square's watching this right now. Like, we got him.
You don't understand. I
Got
shilled
him.
so hard when Tales of Krystoria came out. I shilled that game so hard. I did a giveaway on Twitter. I did all this other shit. So I hype up mobile games because if it's just free, it's just free entertainment. Like give it to me. I want it.
Also, hello, Emerald in chat. How's it going?
The last Square Enix thing that I want to say that I feel it's probably not going to happen, but it's something that I hope happens late down the road. But the last final chapter for Kingdom Hearts Union Cross happened not too long ago, like 3 days ago.
Oh yeah.
And I really do hope that they find some sort of way of re-envisioning the entire story of Union Cross into either a new Kingdom Hearts game or just making a movie like they did with 358 and stuff like that because it's very very vital information for the story moving forward, I think. And
I thought
so
didn't they say that when it's done they do plan on doing that, like just movie styling it?
I hope. I mean, I know
They
there was rumblings of like a Kingdom Hearts game coming to Switch only, and I could see Union Cross being that because those character models are all chibi and cute and stuff. So maybe, but I don't know.
Because yeah, in the Kingdom Hearts 2.8 HD collection, it had like Dream Drop Distance, it had the Aqua's like 0.2 whatever they call that one. And then they also had the movie that I guess it was like the prequel for Union Cross.
Yeah, it was basically the prequel that leads up to the mobile game.
So yeah, either like if they're willing to do a movie of like this old cell phone game that was recoded, then I definitely see them being able to make some kind of animation for the lead up to this, because not everybody's gonna have been able to get into like the mobile game or like look up the story. So they're really particular about getting everybody up to speed with the stories, especially when like the entire game synopsis can be found in Kingdom Hearts 3.
Yeah. Yeah, so that's mainly what I mean. Other things for Square Enix, just Outriders might get an update, like an overview, and then Avengers is probably going to get like an an overview trailer talking about the upcoming road, because they put their roadmap out for Avengers, and I played the hell out of Avengers. I at least have like 100 hours in that game, and I hate myself for it, but
Oh, no.
but I love, because the thing is, whenever a Marvel movie came out, I would go watch. I think the last one that I was able to do this with was like Doctor Strange when it came out. I watched the movie. I got home. It was the midnight premiere, and then I loaded up Marvel Heroes Omega on PC, and it was just so like that was such like a fun, like I need to get my Marvel fix. Let me play this online MMO Diablo style Marvel game. And so when Avengers was announced, I was all about it. I was like, yes, we're gonna have like these missions to take on together. It'll be just like X-Men Legends, but just more next gen style.
They got you.
They got me.
Man.
They got me.
So I want to say Anna and Cream Basics mentioned it in the chat earlier. Is True Colors being published by Square, or is that?
I think that was
For Life is Strange?
Yeah. True Colors is the new not Life is Strange game.
Oh, okay.
I if Square is publishing that like they did Life is Strange, then maybe we'd see it there. I want to. Oh wait, is it already out? No, True Color. Tell Me Why is the one
Yeah.
that already came out, and True Colors is the
Uh-huh.
new one in the Life is Strange series, right? I'm
Yeah,
understanding
I
that.
think
Yeah,
I'm not
so.
like
it's
a
Life
fan of
is
the series, but I was just
yeah, it's
saying
Life is Strange. True
Uh-huh.
Colors is the new one, and I think the release date is September of this year.
Oh, okay. Maybe we get a trailer for that then if Square's the one publishing it. I don't know.
Yeah, I can see
I
that happening. Yeah.
I need to try. I've been meaning to play Tell Me Why because I have it on Game Pass, so I'm kind of like fuck it, why not? And it looked cool like when they initially showed it at E3, but stuff came up and I just got distracted. I'm sorry. Yakuza
Well,
was
it's
a launch
free.
title.
It's free now, so yeah, anybody can grab it on Steam. So that's great.
Oh yeah, it's on Steam and like Windows platforms and all that for free, which is awesome.
Hmm.
And then real quickly, I wanted to throw out there: could we get a Chrono Trigger collection? I'm saying, I'm saying like mobile port of Chrono Trigger with Chrono Cross, like quote unquote remastered in one
Oh
little
man,
bundle.
Chrono
I'm just
Cross
saying.
remaster. Can you imagine?
Yeah, I'm just saying they did it
I
with
don't know.
FF8.
I'm with the internet where if we're gonna get Chrono Trigger, I don't want the same game. I want something different, and I want what Dragon Quest 3 is doing because I feel
Yo,
like that's
okay.
perfectly captures the same sprites and the same kind of aesthetic that people will love about Chrono Trigger, but then like obviously realized in today's
Like,
presentation standards. So
yeah, that's the thing is like what Dragon Quest 3 is doing is the kind of remake I like, where it's like, yeah, it's the same kind of game, but like it looks way better, it like plays way better. It's not some jank NES game anymore.
yeah,
Like,
Yeah, that's a
but
nice thing because you see the improved aesthetics and the like the lighting and the graphics and everything, but also that's just like the tip of the iceberg for this one. Like I'm sure they'll be a lot more improved with UI with quality of life sort of things. At least I that's what I'm hoping for in my opinion.
ideally,
I do
That's
wonder when's gonna be the turning point because we're getting like we got Octopath Traveler, we got that
trying.
triangle strategy game,
they need to fix
and
that title.
we're getting this one now, and so I do wonder when's the turning point gonna happen where people are like, okay, we're kind of getting tired of this. You guys did one really cool art graphic style for this thing, but now you're kind of just throwing games together, making them an RPG, and you're good to go. And I just love that the internet and myself included, I'm not tired of it. Like every time I see it, I'm like, yeah, it looks awesome. I want more.
See, that's the thing. They've been like slowly refining that art style, like the engine and everything. Because I thought
Mhm.
Octopath, while very pretty, don't get me wrong, had way too much like bloom,
Oh, for
and
sure.
so like, but like Triangle Strategy, they toned it down, and then Dragon Quest HD 2D has like a completely different art style, so it got
Mhm.
toned down as well. Because like those games are pretty to me. Octopath was just like a little too much for my eyes, like going
Yeah,
on.
Think
I don't know. They
somewhere
went
fine.
so hard with like the outs. I mean, it's not as bad as freaking Link's Awakening on the Switch.
Oof.
That shit, I don't know what they were thinking, but that's like they're like, let's just blur the entire border at all times of your gameplay, and it's like, why? Like, what's the point of this? Like, I just let me see the hard work you guys put into this game.
Let me
The
see the
Switch
world.
can't even run a goddamn Game Boy game. What the
I
hell is
know.
this?
Oh man, the frame rate issues. Gee, and Link's Awakening was my top freaking Zelda handheld game for the longest time. So like it was frustrating, but I still enjoyed it. It was just whatever.
Yeah, I mean the fact that they're still like the fact that Dragon Quest 3 is the first like remake of a game in that style, it just gives me a lot of hope that what they can do with other games as well, like for example Chrono Trigger. Like I hope we can see
Hmm.
that as well. My first
Mhm.
introduction to Chrono Trigger was on the DS version actually. So
Same.
um I hope that like if they come out with another version of it, it's more like the traditional way, but then with the added like cutscenes, there was like more endings to the DS version. I hope we can see something like that expanded upon if we have another remake in the future. Hopefully, if we see it
Mhm.
again.
For sure, for sure. Um, But yeah, I mean, I get we can. I mean, I have some other ones for like Microsoft and Capcom. Maybe I'll talk about them later if we have time. But we can jump into Nintendo if you guys are down.
I'm always
Yeah,
down.
sure. Yeah, we're about half an hour in, so we'll go ahead and jump in with what Nintendo might have it there. Because let's see. I have, man. Should I just start off with like, what are we doing with Zelda's 35th anniversary here? Like, I
So
can't imagine that the only thing that was going to happen is Skyward Sword HD, the fancy Joy-Con that came with it, and the very nice and expensive Loftwing and Zelda amiibo. Like,
Mhm.
I'm of the mind that we'll see more of Breath of the Wild too. Whether or not it comes this year is up in the air. Like it's been years since we last saw anything, which blows my mind. 'Cause God, last year I swear time didn't exist normally. But with this year, there has to be like some kind of update, considering it's been more than 4 years since the original Breath of the Wild came out, right?
hmm it's
Yep.
been it's been a minute for sure. I had Breath of the Wild 2 written down as the ender for the show for
Hmm.
Nintendo, and I think it's coming next year because COVID. But you know, hope for the best.
Yeah.
Maybe that'll be our holiday title. Who knows?
Yeah, if I were to bet, I want to say Breath of the Wild 2 is coming this year. But I also the only reason why it might not, and I don't think it's gonna play this way, but I know they're trying to do something with Age of Calamity. I played through it, and I'm not gonna spoil anything, but there's a lot of things that happen in that game, and I'm very curious how if that's gonna be followed upon, and then also with the season pass update with the like expansion of the story or whatever. I'm wondering if they're saving that sort of info to be released first before they do more with Breath of the Wild 2, but it's
Mm.
just hard to say. So it's
Mm.
it's something that I've been thinking about because Age of Calamity has way too much like they pushed that game so hard when it first came out, and they put so much effort in like making it feel like a one to one, like it feels like you're playing Breath of the Wild but in a different style,
Mhm.
because it did. And so I just want to see once the expansion comes out for Age of Calamity, and if it brings anything new to the table, then I can fully kind of double down on if I think it's coming out this year or not. But I want to say, yeah, I feel like it should come out this year, but we'll see.
Mhm.
Yeah, it's hard to tell what they're gonna do with like if they're gonna link together, link if they're gonna like connect the stories between like Rage of Calamity with whatever they want, whatever direction they want to go to with that game, with the sequel to Breath of the Wild, because like the fact that it's taking this long tells me it's gonna be a pretty substantial game. Like they're not simply gonna go the route of Majora's Mask and do it within a year anymore with with a lot of reused assets. I think we'll see a lot of new stuff to play with, and given that it's the first game, given the first game's reception, like people are aware. No, I think the developers are aware that people are expecting more. Like the longer that we're waiting for it.
Mhm.
Mhm. Yeah, I mean, yeah, it could be something substantial. And I remember I was talking to some friends about like, oh, what are they gonna do? Are they gonna reuse the map from the first game and then just like build upon it and have new things on the map to do? I for one think that we're gonna have like some sort of like Hollow Earth scenario where it's like they're gonna
Mm.
find something that's gonna completely remove us from that first map, and we're gonna have a totally different playground in this like ancient Hyrule, like historic like world or something. I don't know. I feel like they could really. It's Zelda. They can do whatever the hell they want when
Yeah,
it comes to their lore and when it comes to what the ancient Sheikah technology is capable of.
You, you brought up Hollow Earth, and I'm like, oh my god, it's part of the MonsterVerse. That's
Yeah,
awesome.
exactly. Yeah, ever since I saw King Kong versus Godzilla, I'm always like, Hollow Earth is a concept that you can just go underground and then make it happen. Like it doesn't have to have that much depth to it.
That's the thing, right? Is I know a lot of people may not watch him, but I've watched what on YouTube Arlo, the puppet guy. Um,
yeah,
and he brought up in his hopes for Breath of the Wild 2, he doesn't want like just a dark world thing. He doesn't want that. He would like something underground where like it's like a series of caves. You can do something unique and different with it, right?
Mhm.
Like don't just give us the same world and then like mirror it or something like that. You know what I mean? Like that wouldn't it
yeah.
would be it'd be kind of lame because like the point of Breath of the Wild was like exploring and the sense of discovery. Like that was the like the big appeal of that game, right? So
Mhm.
Yeah. like pretty much don't do what A Link Between Worlds did and pretty much use the same exact like layout of the world, which I guess was the appeal of that game for some. But like
Yeah.
with Breath of the Wild, like it's the whole
Mhm.
basis is based on like the breadth of exploration. So
Yeah.
I hope, yeah, for like
Yeah, I
what
think
you
A Link
mentioned.
Between Worlds gets away with it because of the gap between A Link to the Past till now till that point. So like that's
Hmm.
fine. But like if it's a direct sequel and it's the next game in the series, like yeah, we definitely want, you could have the Hyrule overworld that we had in one, and there could be locales like Zora's Domain and stuff that you might need to visit, but it would be nice if there was some sort of like uh, I have a mixed bag sort of relationship with the Xenoblade games, but for one thing's for sure, like their ability to take the inside of some monster and make it look fucking gorgeous.
Yeah,
I'm sure, they could do something with underground Hyrule or just a different dimension down there that leads to these fanciful worlds or whatever.
yeah, especially with Monolith Soft working on the titles, we can
Yep.
definitely see something like that. Hopefully.
Monolith, let's go. Do we think they could show up here? Any chance of a Monolith game?
Man,
Whether it's a Xenoblade or whatever their new IP they've been working on for 10 years is.
I'm really wondering what that IP is because they showed concept art of it I think last year, but just
Mhm.
like one shot of a person and then it's like
Yeah,
their side.
it was like some concept art. Yeah, I mean, I think it's too early, especially with with Breath of the Wild 2. I really don't think we are gonna do more with that just yet. I think they're kind of getting their hands full. And
Hmm.
if they do end up doing something different, I hope it's not Xenoblade. I want them to kind of branch away, not branch away completely, but definitely just try something new. Give us another world to be a fan for.
For
Yeah,
sure something new. Yeah.
Yeah,
yeah. What else can
that's
they
my
do?
vote. But I guess moving on from Breath of the Wild 2, something that I feel like we're definitely going to see here is probably like a good 2 or 3 minute overview for the story mode for Mario Golf. I feel like that's something they'd probably throw in here just to kind of give us like a idea of what to expect with the story, and like, oh, there's 7 evil golf balls, and then we gotta
People's golf
we
ball.
gotta yeah, and we gotta gather them all before whatever Bowser takes them and
You have
makes
to
his own
you have to
world of
challenge
golf.
you have to challenge the 7 course masters.
Yeah, 7 course masters. That would be cool though. Like if we had like King Boban was one of the course masters, and then we had like another one that was like Kamek's, I don't know,
Oh
uncle.
yeah. And then like they
Cor-
come out as DLC characters later, like the villains of this
Yeah, yeah,
campaign.
yeah.
Chorus Master sounds like something from a Kingdom Hearts game. I'm all in on it.
Mhm. But I do hope I remember, like, oh man, I remember I saw it was a fan made concept art of Zelda and Link in Tennis Aces, and I hope they're cameo spots for this game. I think that'd be amazing
Oh
because
Oh
yeah.
yeah.
I remember.
uh just Zelda in a little golf outfit and Link in his like short golf outfit would be amazingly fun, and
Yeah.
just hilarious to see them going
Oh,
across on their freaking
r-
Sheik
r-
attack.
real
Yeah.
quick. I guess Cream Basics in the chat. Apparently, Mario Golf previews just dropped today. Is
Ooh.
that? I mean, maybe
Well,
maybe you got what you want early, Bash. Like,
I know that they showed that the game does have a story mode. And I know that we like have a little bit of an overview that it's not like Aces where it was like point to point. It was like you can walk around the lobby area and like talk to people.
Hmm.
yeah,
But I
that's
just
how
think
World Tour did it.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
just think the direct might, give us a more professional way of saying like, oh, Mario and friends, blah blah blah, and they're at this resort, and oh, but then this happens. So like, I feel like we're gonna get that kind of presentation of the story rather than it just being
Gotcha.
like a preview.
If it's not
Yeah.
written by the same people who did Xenoblade, I'm not interested.
Yeah, I also mentioned in a tweet like a while back, like they let Link drive in Mario Kart, so let Zelda golf and let her tee up because yeah,
Yeah.
she pretty much has like her traveler's outfit pretty much is almost like what some of a golfing outfit would be. So just modify that and let her tee up.
Yeah, that'd be amazing. Yeah,
I'd
even if it's
I'd
just Zelda,
I'd
like
love
I
it
think
if
it'd be awesome.
I'd love it if every new Mario spinoff included one cameo from a non Mario or like a specifically a Zelda game, but it's
Oh,
always a
dude.
different character.
Oh, dude, are you saying they should put Tingle in Mario Party?
Yo, the boy! Put that boy
Yes.
in there. Get him in there.
Yes.
Oh man.
We're gonna put Slippy in my
just Slippy.
No one
Just
likes our
Slippy.
new games. Put the guy who no one likes.
But they like the characters, so we're putting Slippy in Mario Water Polo.
Mario Water Polo, let's go. Day one, baby. $70.
So something I saw a tweet from this person named Stealth40K, and they brought up an interesting point, and they said that they rewatched E3 2019 Direct, and that Nintendo had revealed most of their holiday games by that point this year. So all we know really about is Pokemon. So like we could be getting a lot more first party reveals because everything that they revealed before it has already come out. And like the list here is like Luigi's Mansion 3, New Horizons, Sword and Shield, Three Houses, Astral Chain, Collection of Mana, No More Heroes 3 is almost out. So like a lot of the stuff that we got in the last E3 that 2019 has already been released. So it's like we can have low expectations, but there's a lot pointing towards us, we actually getting some new stuff. So it's pretty interesting.
Yeah, that's the thing. A lot of people were saying like, "Oh, don't get too hyped for E3," but I think with at least Nintendo, we don't know almost anything about their later half. Like we don't know anything past from mainline Nintendo, like first party. I don't think other than Skyward Sword we know anything. No More Heroes is I guess published with them, right? But like and that's still hype, don't get me wrong. I'm there day one. But
Oh yeah.
but yeah, I think you're right, Vash. I think we can go into this with a little bit of maybe there's going to be something really cool like to show off. For example, I actually mentioned there was not going to be a Mario game, but then you brought up golf, and I was like, yeah, they'd probably at least talk about it.
Yeah.
But I really hoping those Metroid rumors are true because
man.
I got into Zero Mission, and then Samus Returns didn't really do it for me because I can't use that circle pad for shit. But I would love a 2D Metroid. Nintendo, you wanna hook us up?
What's going on? Where's that Metroid 5? What happened after Fusion?
It's funny enough because I love the GameCube and I own Metroid Prime 1 and 2 on the GameCube, but I've never played them.
Oh really?
So Metroid is the one. Like I'm a big fan of Star Fox, and I've played almost all of them. I'm a big fan of Pokemon, Zelda, Mario, like all the big ones that Nintendo has. But for some reason, Metroid was the one that just kind of like everyone always hypes it up, and the only one that I have like I touched just lightly was the Super Metroid because on the SNES because I have a background in speedrunning, and Super Metroid speedruns were amazingly fun to watch, and the racing of the speedrunners for that game was awesome. So I do enjoy Super Metroid, and I love how cryptic it can be and how like immersive it is. If you just kind of like sit there in a dark room with a Switch in handheld mode and you're playing Super Metroid, it's super fun. But yeah, I'm definitely gonna have to do some sort of like Metroid marathon at some point because everyone hypes up the Prime games and everyone's hyped for 4, so I need to get on board with that.
Oh, dude, I'm gonna be there when you do Metroid Prime series because man, those are really fun. And back in the day when Prime just came out, I remember playing the intro, and Metroid Prime 1's intro was pretty scary actually. when you're in this frigate, and it's like the most like, it's not like super scary or horror or anything, I guess, just because it was scary when I was a kid. But man, I remember getting freaked out by that game. I was like, I'm not sure if I want to play this game, but but I stuck with it, and it was like, yeah, definitely one of my favorite GameCube games that to come out. For sure.
I think the only Prime game I have experience with is 3. I played like 70% of that game, and then I just got lost in the Sky Temple. And I was like, you know what? I'm gonna skip this one.
That place is rough.
Yeah.
Sounds like most people with Twilight Princess.
Yo.
Those Sky Temples.
Yeah, Sky Temples, man. They just get you.
Oh,
Nintendo's like, oh, we're gonna put skies in it, and everyone just starts sweating. Like, oh.
But Anna brought up something in the chat, a new Kirby game, and I think a lot of people have been clamoring for it. I mean, me personally too. I really want a 3D Kirby game. I want him to make that jump to 3D, like have an adventure with Kirby in that sense and do something new, because as much as Star Allies was fun and cute and a great multiplayer game with friends locally, it definitely was lacking in the sense of like, oh, I paid this much money for just like 3 hours or like and something minimal, and so it's not exactly there yet. I really don't think we're gonna get a 3D Kirby, as much as I want to be wrong. But I do wish, this is kind of pie in the sky, but I could see it happening. If we got like a Kirby minigame HD collection, where we got like Kirby's Dream Course, Kirby's Avalanche, like a gourmet race, but with all the characters.
Oh, you're
Mhm.
talking like all the side modes
Yeah,
in
all
one
this
collection.
exactly,
Oh
like
yeah.
something like, and it could even be because they've done that multiple times where they're like, "Hey, we're releasing Kirby Fighters 2," or
Yeah.
whatever on Nintendo Switch. If you're a member, you get it for free. So they could do something like that again, where it's just this little collection of Kirby, because Kirby's Dreamland is amazing. And if they did like a new one with new levels, that'd be so awesome. And but yeah, it's one of those things where as time has gone on and games have gotten more and more advanced and in depth, you can't sell, a Kirby's Avalanche game like Puyo Puyo Tetris or whatever for $60. Like it has to be like 29.99 or something.
You underestimate what
Yeah.
Nintendo will sell you for $60.
Yeah, it's true, true, true.
Like I
But
can't.
go ahead.
Oh, I'm just gonna say, yeah, I can't believe of all the things that Kirby's done, like they've have him in like they do everything with Kirby. Like with this, they experimented with all different kind of genres with him. Like he's played golf, he races. They put him in a mech. They put him on a hamster. Yeah,
Put 'em on a hamster.
Put them on a fish.
that's a bullet point, my friend.
Right.
Yeah, on a fish as well. And they do like the as you said the Kirby fighters, like they do it in a fighting game. They do all. They haven't done a 3D adventure. Like that would be a pretty like
He killed
obvious thing to
God.
do. He's killed many gods.
It's still
Yeah,
many gods.
numerous gods.
Yeah, like a Kirby adventure would be great. For
think
sure.
that-
And it
oh,
makes me think of like World of Light, like you put Kirby in a setting like that, but like make it more grandiose, if you will.
yeah, yeah.
Don't
I guess
don't make it
Nintendo's just
40
scared.
hours.
I think Nintendo's just scared to give Kirby that much power in 3D because of what he can do.
He's
But can
been
you
a pinball.
can you imagine like it's a Kirby RPG and like towards the end of the game it's like the equivalent of flying on a warp star, like you're like that's your airship, you're flying on a world
Stop.
map.
Oh, stop. Stop. I'm mad
That'd be so
because I
cool.
want this and it'll never happen.
And they could even make it even better. Like, say it's like Smash style, or like a Tales of game where you can set like, oh, I want Flame Sword as like this input, and then if I absorb a new enemy, it gives me like an ice power, and then I could mix that ice power with like this needle power, and then that could be my side input or something, and then
Mhm.
that could be like an action RPG sort of Kirby game, but with the mixture of items, because I know that's a huge fan favorite in the Kirby communities. Whenever you get, especially like Kirby 64 and the Crystal Shards, like
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
having those like very unique, like, oh, you put blade and ice together, now Kirby's wearing ice skates. It's like it's stuff like that's just so awesome. So they could really do something crazy with it, but it's just up to Nintendo to do it.
Bring
Mhm.
back the Kirby refrigerator.
Yo, Kirby Fridge. Let's
Kirby
go.
Fridge, hell
Ice
yeah.
and electric, baby. That's how you do it. That's how you do it.
Oh,
You can
that's,
never die.
that sounds so
Uh,
good.
Something else. I'd love because you briefly mentioned a Kirby RPG. Do we think Fire Emblem shows up? Because I have written down specifically either a remake, a remaster, or some kind of spin-off a la like Warriors. But not saying Warriors 2 specifically, but just a spin-off of some kind.
So Fire Emblem. Yeah, I think Fire Emblem will be at the show. Like, I'm not sure how well versed both of you are in the series, but at the very least, like if Nintendo is still glowing out about Three Houses and doesn't want to show us like the next mainline series title, like they can very easily make use of the Echoes titles meant to be for like their remakes. And as far as remakes go, if Nintendo's going in order, then the fourth title, which is Genealogy of the Holy War, would come up next. Like I'm personally all for that route of production oh god, I whoops, I've totally flipped my words here. I'm personally all for if they go in the route of production quality as Shadows of Valentia with like some added features of Three Houses. Like I never played Fire Emblem 4, because I've tried so hard to like hold off since Echoes became a thing, but I don't want to spoil anything of what happens in the story. If we do get like a Path of Radiance Echoes, since that title disc really needs to be more available, then that's totally fine too. You know, it's about time that I gets his games out there to more people that can't afford the overpriced GameCube title.
That's what I was gonna get into. I was gonna say that if we got like, my prediction was gonna be if we did get Fire Emblem something, it'd be like a combo pack of Fire Emblem, Path of Radiance and Radiant Dawn.
Those are called like the Tellius games.
The Tellius
right?
games, the Tellius series.
Radiant games, yeah, because those are so much fun. And I'm gonna say this here: Soth deserves more credit, man. He's a cool guy. That's like one of my favorite Fire Emblem characters, and he gets like no love.
Damn.
Yeah,
Right
I've counted the amount of times that Genealogy of the Holy War has come out for like a virtual console in Japan, which is like the Wii eShop, the Wii U eShop on 3DS. It came out on the Super Famicom, the Mini. It's now out on the NSO. It's like they've gotten it re-released like 5, 6 times now, and we still haven't gotten any kind of like at least a localization of the original title yet.
Oh, don't worry, they'll give it to us, but it's limited for 4 months.
No,
I'm still salty.
I'm unfortunate. Go ahead.
Go ahead. What's up?
I just on the topic of Path of Radiance and Radiant Dawn, I do not think they'll ever release them together in a bundle because that's too good of a deal. Like as far as how much content there is, there's so much content within both games, man.
I just picture it in the way because like I do think like if going back to the 35th anniversary of Zelda, I do see like they could do a combo pack for Wind Waker and Twilight Princess, but of course they could just sell them separately and still make a buttload of money. So and they will. But I mean, yeah, either way, I think it'd be great to get those games back out there for people to play because thankfully I own both Path of Radiance and Radiant Dawn on GameCube and Wii, but it's always that appeal of like, oh hey, brand new Switch console, and I want to play old games on this instead of setting up my GameCube. So, I definitely, and especially with the whole problem of the pricing and accessibility for those games, definitely bring them out again.
And that's the thing too, right? Even if they did charge full price, that's still half price of what you can get them for.
Less than half. That's freaking like I don't know. Last time I looked at Path of Radiance, it was like freaking I don't know 300 something.
They could literally like in the trailer just say we're giving you a discount.
Oh my god!
But y'all, I have some wacky ones that I really want to come to fruition. But do you guys have anything else you think is definitely going to be in the thing for Nintendo?
I guess briefly. I want to say it was Anna earlier. Donkey Kong, I think, is making an appearance, and then Splatoon 3. Those are the next 2 things, I think.
Oh, for sure. Mm-hmm. Yeah, Splatoon would be cool. I think we'll get like a test fire or something maybe announced.
Oh shit! And then Cream Basics just brought up SMT5, baby. Give us that release date.
Yeah, where is Shin Megami Tensei 5? Like that's gotta
hanging out with Beyond Good and Evil too.
Yeah, right.
And Bayonetta 3. They're all hanging out together.
Yeah, they're all hanging out together.
And Metroid Prime 4. To be fair, we've seen SMT5 more recently than anything else. So.
Yeah, we have. I think Atlas is a little more aware. But yeah, like there's those, and then, man, it's like I want this year to be the year where they like bring back some kind of obscure IP that they've forgotten about, like some IPs are a little ambiguous as far as what we could call being revitalized, like Star Fox, for example. Like whatever happened to that project that Retro Studios was working on? Like it might have been just shelved for Metroid Prime 4. But
it did. It got hard shelved.
Yeah.
Put that away. Nintendo didn't like it.
Bring back Golden Sun. Bring back Golden Sun. Dragon Quest 3. Dragon Quest 3. You guys saw I ranted on Twitter. I was like, I'm happy for you. I'm gonna let you finish Dragon Quest. But Golden Sun in that art style. I know we were just talking about freaking Octopath, art style and that like was it 2D HD whatever.
HD 2D.
HD 2D style. Like oh my, if you, that shot of over the shoulder, like behind Edric and his crew looks exactly like Golden Sun. It looks exactly like that's what I saw. I was like, wow, that looks a lot like Golden Sun.
God, it's the same.
My God.
It's like the same angle with the similar back sprites.
Exactly.
you're
It's like
just
the
like,
back sprites, and you're looking at the same angle, and it's like the same green like backdrop, and like, oh my god, if they just remake Golden Sun and give me that Sakuraba music, I'm
Oh,
gonna shit my pants.
yo,
I would love to see
I'm
that.
apparently very very low rumblings, but apparently Mario Golf is not the only thing Camelot's working on. So,
Golden
so
Sun,
there,
Oh
baby.
man,
Golden
yo,
Sun, baby.
so just
Yes.
you know keep it in mind. I don't think it'll be here, but keep it in mind
so you say
that
there's a chance.
there is a chance.
Dang,
I
there's
think
a chance.
it might be coming.
I guess okay. So last one I want to bring up, and you guys can bring up any if obviously if you have anything else. I mean, I know you said DK. I want to get into that for sure. But do you think we're gonna get any sort of Switch Online, Game Boy Color, Switch Online 64?
No, we're gonna get fucking bare ass Game Boy, and that's all. You're,
Just a
you're
regular
getting
Game Boy.
you're getting Metroid 2. That's it.
That's how we're gonna get Metro 2 on the Switch, and it's gonna be in the same monochrome green colors as before for authenticity.
Yippee!
Yeah. They've been working on the engine. They made sure that they get the ghosting effect down, so that way it looks as awful as you remember.
Oh no. I just want the N64 to be on NSO. Like, where is it?
Same.
We have.
That's the thing though. When they were selling Mario 3D All Stars, fuck you for getting rid of that. I guess the idea is like, oh, why am I going to pay for this game when I can just wait for NSO? Like, I think they want like a time gap so people feel like they got quote unquote value out of that or something. Because like, remember, this is the same company that to this day kept GBA games to 3DS owners that bought it in the first couple months. So it,
Yeah. Oh my god. Yeah. It's just like, yeah. I'm wondering what they're gonna do with that situation. It's been so long since we've had any kind of extra console added to the NSO since Super Nintendo, like a couple years ago now.
yeah, they
One thing
for
I
sure
think of,
need N64.
like the one thing I think of is they're holding off on the NSO one to release an N64 classic and then bring out the freaking NSO. But I don't know. It just I don't I want to get to GameCube already. Like I love 64, I love Game Boy Color, but let's get some freaking GameCube games on there, man. Like there's so many good ones. Like the thing about GameCube was people say it's a flop and it didn't live up to whatever blah 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 blah. But almost all the GameCube games that are out were like bangers. Like it's kind of hard it's hard to choose some bad ones other than if you go pick like, Mystic Heroes, or if you pick games like freaking NBA games or something. Like for the most part, all the like random one-shot IPs or random franchises that were on GameCube were pretty good.
Yeah, I'm so waiting for a GameCube version as well. Like where are all those titles? I mean, you have a harder time making a list of bad games for the GameCube than you do making a list for GameCube titles.
Same thing with 64. Because I know there was a huge discussion on Twitter maybe like 2 months ago or something about 64 versus PlayStation 2, and obviously PlayStation 2 had.
Wait, what?
What?
What kind of what? What kind of competition is that?
Not PS1?
They were just basically saying like, well, yeah, PS1. I think it was PS1 and like they were kind of like merging the two because you could play PS1, PS2, but like they weren't leaning on PS2 too much. They were leaning on PlayStation 1 mainly. But
Okay,
but basically they were just
Whoever
saying that
posted that. Fuck you.
they're basically just saying that like PS1 games like offered so much more and there was more variety, blah blah. But I was like, go look at 64's library, and it's the same thing. Like there wasn't that many 64 games, but
They were all
most of them were bangers. Like so, it was like, I don't
a big
know.
variety.
Yeah.
And that's the thing. A lot of people are like, "Oh, N64 was just collectathons," and it's like, "Bruh, did you play?
Do
them?
you have an N64?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, right. Like you were missing
Hydro
out.
Thunder? Hydro Thunder? Come
Bro.
on.
Okay, Hydro Thunder, and people dunk on it. Blastcore was tight. I don't care what
Blastcore?
anyone says. That game was tight. It wasn't great. but it was
Yoshi's
tight.
story with the off-pitch Yoshi in the title screen.
Shout out to that song
Listen.
from Yoshi's Story that's like Yoshi, like in the.
Dun, 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 dun. Yoshi.
Okay, so obviously the what we're probably going to be ending on is Smash, but the wacky ones that I wanted to get out. This is obviously pie in the sky. What I it's not going to be. I'm not pulling this from anything. I'm just literally like, this would be awesome if they announced this at E3. But I want a multi-genre Wreck-It Ralph style, like Travis
What?
Strikes Again game, but for Waluigi. I want Waluigi. I want Waluigi to start off 3D rendered, like Mario, Super Mario Party style, just like that visual look. And he's messing with like some weird wacky device that he stole from some like asshole. And then and then it actually transports him and oh shit, now we're in 32-bit world and Waluigi's like a side scroller. And then after you beat like 2 levels, there's a cutscene and then it leads to him doing like a top down like, shooter game. I just want Waluigi to have this wacky ass adventure.
So what you're saying is like have like a Travis Strikes Again game, but with like the energy of something like WarioWare and
Yeah,
like
exactly. Yeah, give Waluigi his game, give him his moment, but make it like all the memes and everything leading up to this moment. Just have that all play into this Waluigi misadventure game where he's just trying to, get back to I guess reality, and it's just zany, and he does meet Wario in it for a moment, and there's like a co-op part where he's working with Wario, but then all this. I just think it'd be amazing. Waluigi deserves it. He's fucking, I don't know what it is about the lanky purple dude, but I love him, and I just want
he's a
more
fucking homie.
But that was one of my wacky ones that I really wanted. I just really want a multi-genre Waluigi game.
Man,
I'd be down for that.
That one took me for a journey. It just kept evolving.
The other one that I had, it's not as wacky, but I think it'd be really fun. Everyone here knows that I have a huge heart for Pauline since she's re-emerged from her slumber.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah.
And I really think it'd be really cool if we got like a Pauline Mario based like rhythm game, but that's also works with the Ring Fit. So you could be like it could be called like Pauline's Superstar Concert or something, and it could be like use the Ring Fit to be like the dancer in the background, or like something like that. Like I think it'd be fun to take a rhythm based style game with the Ring Fit to kind of capture that Zumba audience from like 2012 and
Zumba audience.
And
they dip it back into that blue ocean.
Exactly.
Getting their feet wet on that blue ocean again.
Exactly.
Yeah, right.
So I think it'd be awesome if we got some sort of like Mario rhythm game with Pauline on the cover, and it could be like Mario and Pauline's like Superstar Jamboree, something.
That'd be tight. I'd be down for that.
Yeah, and it would because the Ring Fit is such a great, item, and it's so sturdy, it's so durable, it's like such a cool little concept, and I'm sure they could do something with that. They could do it with all those. Super Monkey Ball could also work with the Ring Fit too.
You definitely don't sell 8 million Ring Fit adventures and then not do anything with that.
You do if you're Nintendo.
Circle. Oh, that's also true. Damn it, I forgot. This is Nintendo.
Well, they made different Wii Fit games with using the Wii Fit board. So I'm holding out hope that maybe they can hopefully reapply the Ring Fit to something else as well. Because the concept worked pretty well with the rhythm game that they added as a added update later on, and you could dance to like Splatoon or Jump Up Superstar. If they just expand upon that, I think they could make a game around it for sure.
It's pretty fun. And yeah, like you said, the Wii board. They made like a Monkey Ball game with that. And I think
they certainly tried.
Didn't they make like I think one of the Olympic games used it or something? Or it was one of the Olympic games.
Even
or one of the
Punch Out used it. Like Punch Out had a mode where you like step off of it to dodge.
That's true.
Man.
Good. Yeah, it was like they had that as like a peripheral for like every game. It's like, hey, can we throw this in here to make it seem like we're actually caring about the product? Yes.
But yeah, that was. I mean, I had those. It was those 2 Pie in the Sky ones, and then obviously Golden Sun was in there. But we already talked about that.
Oof. Give me that Golden Sun.
You got any wacky ideas, Rob?
I before when me, you, and Azran were chilling, hanging out, making predictions and whatnot, I said, and it surprisingly did not happen, that the Lone Ranger from 2013 was going to be on the Switch. Just the movie. You buy the movie, it's like $10. You just boot it up, plays the whole movie. That's it.
Wish you could see my face right now.
I was shocked.
Surprisingly, didn't happen. It's probably not going to be here, but I put it on the list. We'll see how it goes. But uh, Pie in the Sky, probably not going to happen. I've heard rumblings, but I don't think they'll mean anything at this presentation. Persona, I think, it's leaving PlayStation, my boys. I think it's time. I think Atlas finally is like, oh, we're gonna stop being stupid. So
Like, oh, we actually sold well on Steam. Who could have seen that coming?
the
Maybe
fact
we
that
should.
they were shocked by that upsets me
Just like-
greatly.
They don't like believe in their own IPs, man.
But what if they're gonna? What if? Because what's something that's stupid is the when you buy a PS5, you get a bunch of free games. When quote unquote free games, but you get these games for getting a PS5, and one of them on there is Persona 5, but it's the base game for some reason. So do you think
Yeah.
if they bring it over, is it just gonna be base Persona 5 on Switch?
No, because I've seen people like, oh, Switch can't run P5 Royal, and I'm like, I don't know, it runs Doom Eternal, like, and I
Runs
know it's like,
Strikers pretty good.
It'll run it just
Yeah.
fine.
yeah, it ran Strikers. Like, I don't really see the issue here. Like, they could downgrade it, obviously. So I think it would be Royal, because when we got Catherine, it was full body. It wasn't the only reason
Mhm.
the PC got Catherine Classic is because of that was done by Sega of Europe, which didn't know full body was even happening until it was already in development. So
Lol.
oops.
Well,
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know.
Um,
I just hope they don't flub that because I was super like confused. I was like, okay, you're giving us like The Last of Us remastered, and you're giving us Final Fantasy Royal Edition, and you're giving us all these like like definitive versions of these games on PS5, but then Persona 5 base, and I was like, why? What?
why would you do that?
I think with that is the timing was a little bad for Atlas, where they were like, well, we want money from Sony, but we don't want people to not buy Royal, which just came out in America like a couple months prior to the PS5. So I think they were trying to like, here's Persona, like like
It's
it's
timing.
yeah, it was just, I think it was just a timing thing. Sony probably wanted Royal, but Atlas didn't want to stop selling Royal. So
Well, hopefully, yeah, if they do bring it over. I mean, personally, I would want on the Switch, like probably Persona 4 Golden, but
don't hurt me. I want
because
that.
Rob will
because
spend another 1,000 hours on that one.
but that's the problem with me is that as much as I love Switch, it's hard to justify. This is just coming from me because I've been on this huge gamer high of platinum trophying my games on my PlayStation account. And so when a new RPG comes out like Tales of Arise, for example, I'm gonna get it on PlayStation 5 over PC because the PC port might be even better, but I want that platinum trophy. So it's hard for me to like get excited these days for ports of games that are already on my PlayStation. So it's like it's cool because it reaches people who won't be able to play it. But for me, I'm just kind of like, yeah, if they give me something that isn't available on PC or PlayStation, then I'll be excited for it. But that's just me.
Well, you could just play Persona 4 Golden on the Vita, and that's how
Yeah.
you get the platinum.
There we go. Yeah, I have the Vita
Man.
TV, so I can actually like record it and stuff.
There you go. There you go. But yeah, I think Atlas is going to stop being stupid, and E3 is going to be the show for that. So
I
whether
hope
it's
so.
at Microsoft or at Nintendo, I don't know, but it's at one of those two companies that will see Atlas at some point.
I hope so. Man, I would be happy with even having Persona 3 portable on Switch. Like, just update that game, make it so that it's not like a top-down point-and-click adventure, and just like refresh that old game again and bring it back to its glory.
If we were talking about Fire Emblem earlier, and I think most of us are kind of in agreement that like a remake is like it's similar but like new, whereas a remaster is just polished up but old, right?
Uh-huh.
If they gave us like Persona 3 Fest Definitive Edition and it has like all the portable content, but it's Persona 3 Fez, like I'd lose my fucking mind because that would objectively be the only way to play that game anymore. Is
Yeah.
because right now it's like, oh, do I play the PS2 version which has actual character models, or do I play the visual novel version on PSP which has entirely new route and female protagonist? You know, like
And actually
it's,
actually tolerable battles where you can control everybody.
look, I wasn't trying to roast it too hard, but yeah, you're right.
Oh, I will. I'll do it instead. What the hell, Persona? How would you make? How do you make a game where you don't control the majority of your party, and when your main character dies, it's game over? Now you're other people that can just throw a revival beat at you.
Why do they still do that shit?
I don't
5
understand.
still has that problem.
Oh yeah, that's the problem with other series.
It wasn't a problem in, I don't know, fucking Tokyo Mirage Sessions, and that runs on the same engine as Persona 4, 5, and whatever. Like, can we not do that? Question mark?
Yeah, I get it.
Or runs more on Shin Megami Tensei Nocturne
Ooh.
style. Like that's what a lot of people. I don't want to get on that whole conversation, but like that's what people mistake. Like I think the only thing that game has in common with Persona is like the world map and probably the aesthetic, and everything else is more so like Shin Megami Tensei. But that's a different discussion for a different day.
I guess yeah, we
Night's
can
about
go.
to pop off.
We can hop into the last. I mean, I'm thinking the last thing, right?
Yeah, I guess the only other thing I would have mentioned earlier was on the topic of like obscure IPs is like maybe do you think we'll ever see an F-Zero game again?
No, it's dead. Goodbye.
I think so. I've been campaigning this for a while, and I think there's a game. Growing up, I was a huge Speed Racer fan, and I believe the game is on SNES. It's a Speed Racer game where half of the game is racing, cross-country racing, Speed Racer goodness, and you got like the jump button, you got all this other cool, zany Speed Racer stuff. But then the other portion of the game is in between races. There is a story going on, and Trixie might get like taken by the bad guys, and that's what's delaying Speed from getting to the race or something. And it's actually like a side scroller platformer game, and it's like an action Speed Racer game where you're punching people, knocking them out, and you got to get to the end of the level. So if they make an F-Zero game, I want them to do something like that. Don't just make it like, oh, we're racing cutscene, racing cutscene. Like, make Captain Falcon's a badass, all right? He is Mr. Machismo himself, and so I want Captain Falcon to be, being aerodynamic out of his car and like fucking people up and doing a Falcon punch.
And like dudes explode into light.
So the way I envision it is like have the racing segments, and then after the race you have your cutscene where like this guy's team that you beat, he's the main guy's talking to like his henchmen, and they're saying like blah, 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 we're gonna do this and that, and then the people who work on Captain Falcon's like racer or something, they could be they could go and mess with their gear, or they can go blah blah blah, and then Captain Falcon. I picture it in the sense of the Blitzball area in like the whole stadium segment of Final Fantasy X, where how they take Yuna, and then Titus can't go and compete in the thing because he has to go save her.
Yeah.
Like something like in that kind of style where it's like you got to walk around town and figure out what they did with the equipment, or what they did with blah blah blah. And Captain Falcon can actually have some character. Like I think that's my biggest goal if they bring F-Zero back. But I feel like that's super ambitious, so I don't know if they would do that. They could just stick to a racing game like, Red Out or something. But I don't know. I would love if they did something like that with Captain Falcon.
Can you imagine some kind of like hybrid game where half of it is, the F-Zero racing that we know, and the other half is like some kind of action packed like a Devil May Cry sort of combo based gameplay?
That's
with
what
Falcon.
Yes, that's what I'm talking about. Exactly. Like give Falcon a move set, give him something to do, and then you can have the racing segments in between all of that stuff too, and have a full blown story mode. Like it'd be so sick.
That's the thing. I imagine it would play like a little bit like a GTA game, in that you have like a world to like explore and drive around in, but it would all be like way faster paced, like the energy of something like Devil May Cry, like you were saying. Like, God, just something like that. Like, because that's the thing, right? I'm not like into F-Zero at all. Like, I really just don't enjoy F-Zero. I'm bad at it. That's a me thing. It's okay. But like, if you were to bring that back and we're like, look, we're just trying something fucking crazy here, please buy this game, it'd be like, yes, please.
Yeah, just bring it back. I've always I remember talking about how like if they were to ever bring back F-Zero, the kind of art style that I enjoy was from F-Zero X. I don't know if you've ever seen that. Like the in-game art style is very comic book like, and I would love it
Mhm.
if they did like some kind of comic book aesthetic, but like cell shaded for
So
this kind
like
of
kind of
story.
like Beautiful Joe a little bit. That we're doing.
Yeah, something like that. Where I think it would suit Captain Falcon pretty well to make it look like more like comic book style than
Yeah.
like a I guess that's how they went for in GX instead, which is more
Yeah.
realistic. But
For me,
yeah,
art style wise, I would love if the F-Zero game made Falcon look like that one scene where he's beating the crap out of Lucina and Crom in the Smash reveal.
oh, so just have intelligent systems do that style, because
Yeah,
yeah,
that shit looked awesome, and like I love the way his visor looked and like his eyes, and he just looked so menacing in that fight scene where he's fighting Crom and Lucina, and then
Can we
Robin
talk?
says,
Can we talk about how his eyes turn on like Mega Man?
"Yeah,
Like,
it's so good." That's what I'm talking about. Like, you need Falcon to have a freaking personality and actual like traits about him that go beyond just oh he looks badass and he's fucking buff, you know? Because that's
I mean,
great and
he
all,
is.
but yeah, that's great and all, but let's get some more.
I
Oh
do
man.
know.
I'm not even an F-Zero nut, but I just like that would make me a freaking huge fan because I coming from my melee roots, Falcon has always been the hype man. Like the way he combos people in that game is so much fun. So like just capitalize on the excitement that Falcon brings with the Falcon punch and the knee and stuff and like give that into his game and don't just keep him in a car.
I love how Sakurai just brought out so much life to this character that would just normally ever always be in his cockpit. But yeah, because like Nintendo keeps on teasing us with little like pieces of Falcon and F Zero just in their games like Mario Kart or the Nintendo Land and all this such, and then like just give him an actual title now. Like what's the problem? He has so much potential.
Yep.
Miyamoto's like, we can't do anything new, and I'm like, it's because you're boring. Get something new. Get someone new in there.
Miyamoto says you can't do anything new with F Zero, and yet he remakes Star Fox like 5 times in different art styles. I
Quote
don't
unquote
get it.
remix the same fucking game.
Dude,
Tells the same story
dude,
like 5 times.
dude, I loved Star Fox Zero. Like, I'm one of those weirdos, but like, fuck me. That, like, goddamn that game.
I actually
dude.
really, I think that's why the opinion of Star Fox Assault has like risen so much because at least it was a different, like it's the same stuff you love, but then a different story at least, and that
Progress the
was fun.
story.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it like did something like cool and creative. Like it was like a soap opera, but it wasn't too
Mhm.
much like Command was.
Mhm.
It was a good time.
Yeah, like all the Aperoids, and then Oikini and freaking Andros's like nephew and stuff. It was good. It was. I
Yeah,
think Assault's a great
man.
game.
I think the best
Oh,
part of that game was definitely like towards the end when you do team up with Star Wolf and you're doing you like it's totally like anime style, like you come together for the greater cause and you're like
Yep,
teaming up
yep.
for this, like, oh, that was so great.
Very
that
cool.
that whole thing was written by someone who writes shonen anime because like they have the rival team up and the rival is like, look into your heart, Fox, you can do better. Like
Yeah, doesn't like Falco show up at the end too? Is it? Well, no, Falco's in the team, but he's like, forget.
no, it's
I'm
I
thinking
think
Adventure. I'm thinking Star Fox Adventure.
yeah, you're thinking of Adventure where you have to unlock him with a cheat code.
Yeah, and they had like the sacrifice at the end of Assault, even though like after that whole thing happens, he has like a band-aid on his head and that's it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I got a little
there's
boob.
no way he lived through that.
But all right. Well, this is it. Smash time.
Yeah,
Smash time is here. I don't want to open up because I'm just gonna like fucking go off. So I'll let
All right.
now you
You
can
can
kick
go
us
ahead.
off.
All right, Knight, I need you to do it, bud. This is yours.
Oh man, how do I even start off with this? Well, actually, first of all, do we think one of the main things I think people are talking about right now is do we think we're just gonna have one reveal?
Two.
Two
Two
for
We're gonna
sure.
you have
Gotta
two
be two.
reveals.
It's got to be two because that's the only way Lloyd's gonna work.
So if we have, because if we have just one, it's gonna be the Dragon Quest situation all over again because
Exactly.
Dragon Quest is better known in Japan as is Tales of series, and
Yeah.
it's more obscure in the West. So if they have Lloyd be the first one they announce, or even probably would be the first one because they want to end, hopefully, ideally end off with someone big, that
Mhm.
would like big third party character. Who knows who that could be? But Yeah, I mean, I'm with you, Vash. I'm gonna tell you, I do want a Tales of character. Whatever happens, if it's gonna be Lloyd, if whatever the hell they decide to do, like they could put, if they really want to like change it up, like, well, what are the odds that they would have Yuri in instead as being like Japan's most like favorite character, and the fact that his game is on Switch and really re-released the most
Well,
recent
see,
like
that's
Tales
where
game.
I was getting to that the other day, GVG Discord, but there are rumors that Tales of Destiny DC is getting a port to new consoles, and
Ooh.
Tales
Right.
of Destiny DC, one of the main characters is Leon, who is arguably even more popular than Yuri.
Yeah,
And
Yeah,
so if we get
that's the
it,
thing.
the
Both
side character.
Yuri and
That-
Leon are like they were so popular they had to stop putting them in popularity polls because
Yeah,
they
they're
were
up
just
to-
like too winning. They were
see,
just winning.
Yeah, they were the
that's
VIPs.
something- the thing is that statistic is old, and while
No,
yeah,
it's
it was
old, but
it was
it's what
true in the
happened.
sense. It was true in the sense back then, but since then, all the polls that have allowed them in, they haven't been winning. It's Mick Leo has been winning from Zesty. Surprisingly, he's like a fucking fan
Gross.
favorite.
That's pretty
Um,
crazy.
And so yes, while those characters are popular, obviously it comes down to Sakurai. It comes down to circumstance of like what would make the most sense, and obviously that Source Gaming interview where Sakurai said like, "Oh, it has to be Lloyd." Like
Mhm.
that leads a lot to what's going on here and the Lloyd costume missing. But I don't know. I feel like Yuri's game is on Switch, which is great, and he is a well-known character for sure. But Leon's game coming out, Destiny DC is one of the best games in the series with the fandom, and he could be a candidate. He could be like a surprise pick for the Tales of series, and he's a dual blade user, so I'm okay with that. But it's up in the air. It could be Yuri, it could be Leon, it could be Lloyd, it could be Alphen, even the guy from Tales of Arise. They could throw him
They
in
could do
there
him too.
a la Corrin, you know. So
Yeah,
I don't know. It's crazy. Obviously, yeah. So Night Tide and myself, we definitely want a Tales of character. Rob, what about you? What do you, at least for the first one, what do you think?
Well, all right. So I'm in agreement that we're getting a dual reveal, like maybe not back to back, like, but I think like a Hero Banjo, like space them out in the presentation. That'd be really hype. But I don't know. Like I'm a huge Tails fan. I would love if a Tails character showed up. I am a big Vesperia fan, so obviously I would. You know, I'm always pushing for my boy Yuri, but honestly, like I wouldn't be upset with any Tails character because that means I might get Fury Sparks in Smash, and that is the best song in the entire fucking series. Don't
They
at me.
definitely. What was the other character they did where they took from like different? It was Dragon Quest, right? They took like the different games and then put it all.
Oh
into,
yeah,
one
like
thing.
Yeah, like
Like
they're like
it's
they-
the one character, but its alt costumes are different characters.
Yeah, but they brought
Yeah.
the soundtracks from all those old character games. So like,
yeah,
yeah.
they
I
took two songs.
definitely hope. I hope they do that with the Tales of series where they have here's the character, whichever one they decide on, and then but we're gonna grab from the entire like here's Fantasia, here's Symphonia, here's Vesperia, here's Berseria.
Yeah, and they did that with Joker too. He has
Mhm.
Persona 3, 4, and Revelations songs.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
So yeah,
it's,
that's probably the better example. The Joker was exactly what I was thinking of.
Like the
I
whole
don't know.
the whole Memento stage changes depending on what song is playing. Like that'd be so cool if they did some kind of aesthetic with that.
Yeah.
yeah, for sure. Like I wouldn't be upset with a Tails rep at all because I love the Tails games as much as I dunk on Zesteria. Like I do. I've played every game from Abyss onwards, I want to say. So, Symphonia and what is it, Legendia with the Sinel? I've missed
So-
those, but other than that, I've played them all. So, I'm down for a Tails rep.
I can't believe we're
yeah.
friends even played Symphonia yet. What's wrong with you? I haven't played Persona 4 though, so it doesn't-
Yeah, I was about
guys
to
gotta-
say, get out of here with that
It
shit.
works
homie.
both ways.
I've always made a point to say that Pac-Man has so many different taunts, right, that represent different like titles in Namco Bandai's franchises. And with Ultimate, they added Heihachi and they added the Prince from Katamari. And those are two like more modern titles, but they didn't add anything from Tales. So I'm just wondering, like, are they saving something so that, you know, a Tales of Characters represents something all their own, since we're not going to get. I don't think we're going to get
Yeah, we
anything
don't
from
have
like.
any spirits either. Like we
Mm.
have a spirit of Ness's dad as a phone, and we don't have any
Bro.
Tales characters. And
Bro,
the
you
Tales
bring-
series
you bring
started
up-
on Famicom.
You bring up Earthbound, but like they don't even have the villain of the series in Smash. Like,
Yeah.
and he was a boss. Like,
Yeah, he was a boss.
so hey, go away! I can't pet you right now.
We're saving Porky for his own character reveal in Smash too.
Yeah.
But here's the thing, though. What if we got a Tails character and Porky as a dual reveal for
Oh my God.
double
Oh, no.
RPG, people? Let's go.
I
'Cause
don't
Smash-
Porky doesn't have a
Smash-
sword.
Smash. Oh fuck. Smash always ends on like a wet fart, and let's be real, Porky is not gonna hype up anyone besides me. So, like, that is like prime ending candidate right there. That is the Byleth of Pass 2 right there, baby. Let's go. Like,
Oh my God.
Kristen,
Please.
let's not.
Not down.
Ooh.
I'm not down. Fuck that. I don't want Porky. to
No, get him out
Like
of
the thing
here.
is,
You're
I'm
telling
willing,
me you
I'm
don't
willing to
want
take-
Mech Suit Guy?
Yes,
He's a-
I'm more than sure.
What?
100%.
Hater.
Hater indeed. Yes, I'll take that L. What was it? What I'm willing to swallow my pride and understand that if Lloyd was announced as like just say it was a natural setting and we don't get 2 reveals, we get 1, and say this next reveal is like Master Chief. Obviously, people are gonna pop off and be like, "Oh yeah, Master Chief was sick." And if Lloyd was the last character, I understand that people would take that as like kind of like it was a send off that was not as exciting because Master Chief and Lloyd Irving, it's like Master Chief reaches way more more of an audience than like a niche RPG series. So that's why
Right.
I feel like Lloyd's chances are better if he's in a dual reveal. But also, I feel like he'd probably be the last character because they'd probably kick it off with like a big one, and then like you guys said, like if Nintendo's known for ending their packs with like kind of like a whatever. So I could see it playing out that way where not as many people will be as hyped for Lloyd if Master Chief was a character or if it was like Ratchet or Crash or something.
Oh my god, if they got Ratchet in there, people would lose their fucking shit, dude. Like, it's already crazy we have Steve and Banjo from Microsoft, but like,
Mhm.
Yeah.
if you actually got like a real PlayStation character, not like, I know Crash represents early PlayStation for a lot of people, but he was never owned by Sony. So if
Mhm.
you're telling me a Sony owned character got in, I'd lose it. I'd absolutely lose it.
You know what they're gonna
Especially
do?
Ratchet.
You know what they're
What?
gonna do then? They're gonna add Astrobot to Smash. Can you imagine?
That would be the ultimate wet fart. Is hey guys, PlayStation's coming to Smash, and it's this guy.
It's the Astrobot.
Look, no hate to Astro's Playroom. I'm sure it's great.
Oh, it's good on PS5. That game is awesome.
It's wonderful.
I'd rather literally any other character. If you told me to pick any character from Sony's catalog and it has to disappoint Smash fans, I'll pick Astro. But like,
It has to disappoint us.
yeah, right. But if you want to put Spike from Ape Escape in there, I'm not gonna front.
Oh, man.
I'd cry. Like I'd lose it.
I think
He was
for me-
already in All Stars Battle Royale, so perfect. Moveset's already done. There you go.
He's
Free.
ready.
For me, like my top 4 picks, obviously Lloyd's one of them, but yeah, for me, if any of these 4 get in, because the problem that I have, I've explained it before, I think, but everyone I know personally has had their dream character make it in, and like all the characters that Smash has given us, there's no way I can complain. Like I love all genres of gaming, so I love Banjo, I love K. Rool, Ridley, all that cool stuff. So all those additions are great to me, but it was never that like, oh, this was my one wish, I hope it happens, and I never really received that. And so like obviously if Lloyd got in, it would hit that mark. And there's 2 other characters that I really wanted that I don't think we're gonna make it. Obviously, Travis is out. Travis was another one that like I really really wanted. That was like my dream
Yeah.
pick. And then my third one was Sora from Kingdom Hearts. Like if Sora got in, that would it's one of those things where if any of those characters got in, those three, it would be done. Like that'd be my dream pick made it in, and it would like kind of give me that satisfaction. But right now, given everything we know, like my top four is Lloyd, Sora, probably Master Chief, and I really want I think Sigma from Mega Man X would be really cool. Uh, Kind of just like how Sephiroth showed up for Cloud. I think Mega Man getting a villain like that would be cool. I know it's different. I just feel like Mega Man represents the classic Mega Man. I think Sigma could represent X series better in that way.
Hmm.
And but yeah, I just feel like that's where I'm leaning towards is any of those characters could be the next ones, and Crash is in there, sure, Ratchet. If I picked a Sony character, I would want Jack and Daxter, but that's just me.
Right. I think most people say Ratchet just because that's the one that's like still being made. Like, people like to say Smash isn't about marketing, but let's be real. Every single character has marketed something for some reason.
Mhm.
Yeah.
I think the sole exception is K. Rool. Like, every other character has been like, well, I guess
Mhm.
Ridley as well. Like, those are just like, here are the two fan
Banjo
requests.
too, I guess a little bit. Banjo kind of
Well,
like
with Banjo, he straight up said like buy an Xbox. So
yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
but like Byleth was obviously for Three Houses Arms, got that game trial right when a character from Arms was announced, right? Like,
Mhm.
so like they all got like a marketing push here. So I think mm, something like Crash seems more feasible to me because they want to push the IP, So like, what a better platform than the world's biggest crossover in terms of gaming,
Mhm.
right?
Mhm.
But even then, like my most wanted are probably just Doomslayer and Phoenix Wright. But even then, like I got Persona and Banjo Kazooie, like games that like shaped who I am. So like I can't really say like, oh, I'm gonna be bummed. Like I just want characters that are that look fun or are interesting choices. That's like, like Min Min to me never upset me, despite I really don't like Arms because Min Min's just such a funny, awesome like addition. Like Noodle Lady, let's go. Like,
Yeah.
so
Yeah. Yeah, there's so many different like options that we can go from here, but I don't really, yeah, same with you guys. I don't really feel like whatever they choose, it's not like it's gonna make me mad or hate the game suddenly.
oh
It's all
yeah,
gonna be
It
just
already
like
happened with Minecraft too.
someone someone out there, a lot of people out there are gonna be happy with whatever choices they pick, even if we aren't. So like, yeah, those kind of choices. I think we're just I'm just really glad that we don't have like any idea who it could be. There's no like leaks or anything. Like we're really going in not sure who we're gonna see coming in, whether it's one or two reveals. It's pretty
Yep.
crazy.
and that's why it's gonna be Gradius. The Vic Viper, baby. Let's go.
They're gonna put in the Space Invader for Smash.
It's just
They're
the
going
regular Space
the
Invader,
little
just the actual pixels
just the
running around.
that would have been a funny like assist trophy actually. If they put Pong in there, they could put the
Yeah.
little Space Invaders.
But yeah, I can't like going back to the Minecraft Steve reveal. I think the reason why Steve burned me so much was one because when I think of Smash, I don't think of Minecraft, but it is cool that it's in there now. But when I first saw that reveal trailer and Mario went flying through that like
The wall.
dark wall or whatever, I was like, dude, this could be Sora. The Heartless could show
The
up and
Heartless.
Sora
Oh,
shows up. And that was that was what's going on in my mind. I was like, oh, it's all dark, and I saw these like little eyes pop up, and I was like, this could be Heartless. Like this could be fucking. And then I heard and I was like, fuck my life.
I was watching.
Just the
I was
build up.
watching that with my friend Cassidy, and we were like, I actually said like, is this Kingdom Hearts? Because I don't like Kingdom Hearts, but I like weirdly enough follow the series pretty heavily. Like I don't play it, I just follow it. And so when I see Mario like in the darkness or whatever, I was the same as you. I was like, oh my god, is this there's no way this is like Sora.
Is it
Sora
happening?
banishes the darkness or whatever the fuck they want to say, right? But like, and then Cassidy's like, "Is that was that a Minecraft noise?" And I was like,
Yeah.
"Oh my
Yeah.
god!"
Yeah. Yeah. But yeah, I don't know. I'm just excited to see how they're gonna end it. It's sad to see it come, and it's been so long, but I'm just glad that finally, after all these years, once it's all said and done, I got my DLC characters. I can go commission that freaking mural with all the characters and make a big ass framed picture on my wall. That's
Oh,
what I've been
Yeah.
wanting since forever. I've been holding it off because I'm like, no, I want all the characters on there, and then I'll make like a big framed,
Just a huge
commission
one
for
with
it.
with everyone.
Yeah, and so now that that's finally happening, I can finally get that done and hang it up on my wall. But I'm just gonna tell the artist, whoever I commission it, I'm just gonna be like, "Can you add Lloyd in there for me, please?"
just a little like
Just,
gravestone that says "Here
yeah,
lies Lloyd."
hide him behind DK.
Oh
put
man.
put like the hilt of his sword and like a tuft of his hair sticking out. That's all you can see.
Yeah, yeah.
Can you imagine a world where there's no more Smash character speculation?
That's not a world I want to be a part of.
What are all these YouTubers gonna do with their accounts now?
I know. It's funny you say that. There's what's his name, Papagenos or whatever.
Oh
A
yeah.
couple weeks ago, he made a video. He's like, "Hey, like, just wanted to let you guys know. I don't know, like, what I'm gonna do with this channel, but like, I don't know. I'll try some stuff out." And he's actually been uploading like kind of Let's Play videos and like some other stuff. And speculation for general Nintendo is never in short supply. So, I'm
Oh yeah.
sure they can find other stuff to branch out to
He's doing
if
his
they
like
wanted.
he's doing like
Mhm.
his Papa Gino Bros segments with other people. Like yeah. I mean, there's always gonna be something to speculate about, so that'll be something to do for sure. But I mean, yeah, there's like a lot of people I follow that I only know them because they talk about Smash. So it's interesting to think about where they're gonna go from here.
Just life as we know it
Just
is
stops.
empty.
That's crazy. I can't imagine being someone like Papa Gino's, and it's like potentially this E3 will be the last time that we can speculate on a character, and like there'll be speculation leading up to what they'll do until they get released, but then after that it's like, well, what now?
They're gonna have all their amiibos, and then other off-brand action figures are gonna be their own reveals. So that'll be like a live action sort of deal.
Speaking of, uh, is Sakurai finally going to show us his drawer of treasures when he reveals all the characters? he said he has figures in his desk of unreleased characters, and I just need to know.
Oh
I need
yeah.
to
If I
know.
see that
I
fucking
remember.
Lloyd statue, I'm gonna shit my pants.
Because there's like a whole like figure theory where like, okay, let's find out every potential character that could be in Smash and see if they have a figure. And
All
it's
right,
just
guys.
like, God,
Get
it's crazy
into-
theories.
Let's see if we can hack into Sakurai's Amazon Prime account and see what he's been
See
buying.
Oh my
Uh,
God.
But so I guess last thing then for Smash, I don't think we're gonna get a Shadow Drop character. So what do we think the release schedule for these last two is gonna be? Are we thinking like? Because I was thinking late June, early July for one character, and then whatever second character they reveal is like the Banjo time frame of like September.
Yeah, I
yeah,
could.
I could see one being released like within a week after they show it.
Yeah, I imagine like as a way to keep the hype going after E3, Sakurai will say we'll release at least one character and say like, oh, they're gonna have their presentation be the next week, and then they might do the whole thing where they drop them like a day after, or just even right after the presentation itself. And then just to keep us satiated until like the next character is released, or whether or not they are revealed at E3 or not.
Imagine if they're like, "Oh, stay tuned for the treehouse where we'll show off the character that's gonna release later tonight."
Oh, jeez.
Oh my god! If Nintendo just shows up and they're like, Fire Emblem remake, Smash character, fucking new Metroid, all Shadow Drop today, and it's like,
Oh my God, that'd be
new WarioWare, $50. Game
Yeah, so
Wario 2, baby.
something I forgot to mention. The reason why I'm also leaning towards the dual reveal is because we know that Sakurai's done with his column. Like he's not gonna do it anymore. And I just feel like
Mhm.
there's too many signs pointing towards like, okay, we're finishing DLC, we're finishing this. So I feel like they're further along to the point where they can do a double reveal, because they're kind of just ending it, and we don't. There's no need to like tug us along for just another couple months. It's not like there's
Right.
more to come.
Just to like get it out there, you mean?
Yeah.
Mhm.
Like we already got the content, might as well show it. I could see that.
Yep.
Because
Yeah.
as far as we know, Sakurai, the team is actually a lot further ahead than they kind of let on. Because from what I understand, in Smash Wii U days, Bayonetta was being worked on as early as the E3 prior to her reveal and release. Like, so, like they have this stuff done like months in advance usually. Like, obviously they're still going to do like bug testing up to the last minute, but like generally speaking, I think you're right in that they're kind of winding down now and they're wrapping up and just here you go, here's the rest of it.
Yeah, I definitely know the feeling of like getting more done ahead of time and kind of revealing what you have like a little bit at a time, and so that people can still be excited, but you're still a fair ways through to having your project done. So I imagine they're probably a fair ways into what they're doing with whatever character they're working on right now. That character might even pretty much be done at this point. Who knows? He might have recorded something like a month or two ago and it's just like, this is an early build. But I for sure want to see like if they're gonna reveal anything and have it be something that they release like maybe a week later or so. Because it's been a while since we had our last character released at this point. So
That was Pyramithra in January.
was
That
it
was January, right?
was it that long ago already? I thought it was like February. I don't know because I'm used to them being like 3 months apart each or so. But man, maybe it was that long ago.
I mean, I could check. Hang on. Pyramithra Smash.
From what I see, it says March 4th.
Oh, March. Okay. Yeah, I knew it had to be a little bit later.
March 4th. You're right. Okay, I goofed. My bad.
So yeah, it's just around that time to reveal the next one. So yeah, anytime from like a week after E3 to towards the end of June, I imagine we could see that character drop by then.
Yep. It'll be something. I'm definitely. It's one of those things where I'm just gonna dread the fucking meat costumes because
That's the
Lloyd's
whole
meat
thing.
costume is the only one missing, and the trend is all the meat costumes have been coming back. So
And Lloyd is the final one, the last one to not show up. And then like they might do a thing with like Sephiroth's reveal where they started off with the meat costumes, and we're just like having like, oh my god, I'm not ready. Hold on, Sakurai.
yeah.
Hey, but guess what? If the Lloyd costume comes back, maybe it's part of another Tails character.
Yeah, that'd be fine.
That's true.
I'm definitely at that point where, because I've been asking for Lloyd since the Brawl days, so it's like, it's gonna be tough for me, but I'm at the point as a Tales of fan where it's like I want the series to do well and get that love that Dragon Quest got with Hero, because Hero got such a huge push. It was like, oh, here he's in Smash and he's gonna have his game on Switch, and here's like a demo that lasts like 17 hours, and like it was all these things that had the stars aligned for Dragon Quest 11 to like get all the publicity and marketing. So if I can, if a Tails character can do that, that's why if Alphen gets in, that's cool, because then Tales of Arise will get some publicity there, some love. But I don't know, man. My heart's gonna break, but it's also gonna be happy and sad, and I'm gonna cry.
Yeah, I'm mentally prepared already.
Yeah. I just know if two characters get revealed and the whole internet hates both of them, then Sakurai did a good job.
The chaotic evil.
Yeah, right.
Oh my god, yeah, definitely. But yeah, I think with all that, I think we pretty much wrapped up everything we wanted to talk about for E3, unless there's anything else you guys want to bring up.
Nope, just Fable. I'm hyped for Fable. Microsoft's bringing Fable. I want Fable. PSO2 coming out soon. I'm excited for PSO2.
Yo, Microsoft, hit me with them Game Pass announcements, bud. What you bringing? What you got? You got Persona? let me know.
Let Rob know specifically. Get into his
Just me.
DMs.
Yeah, right. at Phil Spencer.
Oh man, but yeah, thank you guys for joining us for everything today. Yeah, it was fun to discuss E3 prediction with you guys. We definitely have to do this again for like a direct or something.
Oh yeah, for sure, man. It's always a lot of fun, cracking jokes and predicting, or what could or could not be a thing.
Yeah, but with this wrapping up, let's see here, Rob, where can we find you on the internets online, huh?
Well, at Rob RmanX, all one word on Twitter. That's generally where I'm at, and I stream sometimes at twitch.tv/RmanX. I don't stream a lot currently, just kind of been tired. I'm very tired, but I'm gonna get back to it at some point. I want to go get back into RPGs and stuff like that. I'm probably gonna replay Final Fantasy IV on Steam at some point, like the 3D version, because no one plays that version, and it needs love. I love that version. But yeah, check me out. I always got stuff going on somewhere. So
Oh yeah, very nice. And where can we find you, Vash?
Yeah, you can find me at twitch.tv/Vash. I don't have any numbers or anything attached to my name because I'm a cool kid. And
hey,
I got lucky on a Twitter giveaway for a name change back in like 2000. I don't know what the hell it was, but yeah, it's just Vash at twitch.tv, and then on Twitter it's Vashy please, VASHYPLS. But yeah, I stream 5 times a week. I'm off on Wednesdays and Sundays. I think I changed it to Sundays. But yeah, I'm currently streaming Judgment on the PS5. I am currently in a platinum playthrough of the entire Tales of series and the entire Kingdom Hearts series. So a lot of my streams are going to be me sitting there playing RPGs. So
hell yeah.
if you ever want to get into the Tales series, definitely let me know. I'm also in the GVG Discord, so feel free to add me. I really don't care if people add me. I'm always down to talk shop about games. But yeah, thanks for having me here. It was a lot of fun. I always love being a part of these discussions because if I'm gonna dedicate so much time knowing the news and what's happening in games.
Well,
Uh-oh.
I'm gonna dedicate.
Oh no, I think it went out for a moment there.
Oh, okay, that was weird. Well, yeah, if I dedicate a lot of time to learning the news and stuff for gaming, I want to talk about it. So,
hell yeah.
Yeah, for sure. And anyone out there, you guys can also hear me on. Well, I don't stream as much as I want to, but hopefully I get back into that with more designs and such. But you can see me at Evernight Studio on Twitter. You can see some of the designs I do for these two gentlemen's streams as they are actually.
Hell yeah.
And I also do some of the art for Good Vibes Gaming, including our new Pride design that's on there for the month of June. So
yeah, it looks so good. It's so badass.
It was such a good logo, dude. You killed it.
Oh, thanks, you guys. But yeah, definitely catch us on Good Vibes Gaming and also in the Discord. We'll always be hanging out and just talking games with anyone that wants to chat. But with all that being said, thank you all for joining. I'm gonna head out right now. I'm gonna end the stream, and hopefully we see something that we want to see in E3 this year.
Hell yeah.
All right, everyone. See you guys later.
Bye.
Bye.